Yes, sir.
Great practice today.
Yes, sir.
Dave, I know it can be tough to bring two punters to camp roster-wise, but I thought this was the year you might do it. So when did Horizon kind of separate himself, and what did you see?
That's a good question. Both of those guys did a great job. Ryan and Toub did a great job. It was a tough decision. It wasn't really a tough drive. In the end, Matt was a little bit more consistent, day to day, being a lefty punter, a bit older. They made that choice to go. I didn't want to go in this camp, the two guys that's kind of focused it down for Barker. I need to get those reps. I need to get all the reps possible.
Why do you like the lefty puncher?
Well, it's a rotation on the ball. Returners don't normally see. Now everybody has a judge machine that's able to turn into a lefty punch. You just don't see a lot of lefty punters in the league. They don't catch them a lot. Versus right.
It's early here, but who are you eyeing maybe right now as punt return or kick return?
Punt return, right? If you watch when we warm up, I got like 19 guys. In reality, there's probably 5, 6 guys that could do it. Worthy, no question. Tony's in there. Nicole, Hollywood. He's an exciting guy to think about the career. And the guy that's really done a really good job.
Dave, I mean, obviously, got a couple of weeks. We'll see it next week in the Hall of Fame game. But how excited and nervous are you about this new kickoff that you're
I'm excited
praising
about it. To be honest, we've been working on it a lot. We're working on it in the morning in practice. Working on it in walkthroughs. There's a lot of unknowns with how teams going to attack you, what are they going to do, and what are the kickers going to do, what's going to be lost. So, and how they're going to officiate. Because we have the officials here. We're going to sit down, take back, watch our teams, and have those guys tell us good or bad, what we're doing. So, it's going to be an ongoing. These preseason games are going to be important.
Strategy-wise, yeah. What have you seen just from a couple of practices with hands?
You learn that you want to try to kick the ball without a lot of hand time, low ball that goes inside the 10, maybe skips into the end zone. Ball that they can't get to. If they catch a ball on the line drive at the 10-yard line, it's going to be easy for them to get out to the 30 back. So you have to try to kick it away from the returners if you can. Skip it into the hit in the target zone and skip the end zone. Also, for a touchback, you get the ball to 20. It's the ultimate goal on kick. Well, the challenges are going to be if they call a lot of penalties right off the bat. It looks like a crappy play. It's going to get tossed. Like this is a 1-year experimental deal. So we need it to be a clean play. So we need to be working together with the officials. Early on, figure things out, small little details, out of the line, make sure we're all line right. All sides, that might be an issue early. Holding, like if there's a holding call, it's going to be a sloppy play. So all those things get worked out through the preseason and early in the season too. It's going to be a lot of good.
They can't move until the ball. That challenge to the culture.
Yes, it is, especially in a regular season game when everything's on the line. You're going to get real antsy to go. You have to wait till the ball hits the ground and it's touched. Go ahead. Bunker's going to be our main kickoff there. Hands down, he's going to be like, because he can move the ball, we do a lot of different things. A lot of talented kickoff guy. Other guys that can kick off, Justin, and then Lewis, he'll be able to kick off the other cover. So you just want them to just get the ball into the target zone. When you're trying to pin them down here, just with a good kick, you got actually 11 guys covered.
Dave, are there young guys you're particularly eager to see when the preseason starts?
Yeah, I want to see Lewis. I mean, he's number one. I want to see how he handles being tackled and blocking. I love him. I love the way he works. So I want him to do well. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. I'm looking forward to seeing Nico. I'm looking forward to seeing Bozeman. You showed up, linebacker. He's Camp and Jacobs and one of those linebackers. I love the linebacker room. Safeties, I'm excited about them too. Guys like Gillespie and that whole room. Hicks, he's a no-brainer. Special teams guy to me. He's a 4-phase starter right now. He's already got PP on the punches and next snap.
Hey, Dave, you still have Harrison, and you guys adjust so well. Like, the penalty's only 30-yard lines for a long kickoff.
Yeah.
Is there potential you guys have a bunch of Patriot friends? You guys can transition and say,
Yeah, if we're not happy with our kickoff coverage, we'll go to that. We're going to do what's best for the team. If you feel giving up 5 yards is better than trying to pin them deep with a different kind of kick, we'll kick touchdowns. It's fucking kick touchdowns. We'll hit that back again.
Do you anticipate that the teams that are going to lose games in the first month are going to feel this thing out?
I think the problem is going to be the returns. They have to field every ball now. No ball doesn't just die. They have to go down and field it. And the balls that skip, they're going to be hard to handle. There might be some turnovers early. So I mean, you could lose games in this portion of the game, the state of the game. So
Right?
teams got to decide what's important, what isn't important.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks, Luke.
Travis, you had the most unusual off season. What have been the challenges transitioning from the off season into this?
Sanctuary, baby. St. Joe, year and 12. That means I think about an entire year of my life up here in going. Everybody may see that it's pretty grueling, but I enjoy it, man. There's something about this place to get you ready every single year, and I'm not gonna lie, I got pretty excited as the time started counting down to get out here and get this thing rolling. Big Ed, yeah, Big Ed's out here running around doing some stuff with the foundation, 87 and running, and Operation Breakthrough, the ignition lab, things like that, and popping out here in St. Joe in the morning.
Is this as valuable for you, Champ? Is it once
Oh, 100% it still is. I mean, it's where it all starts. You can say it starts in the off season, and yeah, you want to get that foundation set in the off season of the leadership and the mentality and things like that. But at the end of the day, this is where you really find out what the team is made of, how you sharpen the iron, how you guys practice, your practice habits, the attention to detail, and nobody does it better than Coach Reed and Coach Bass.
What are your travels?
Well, we didn't do anything different from maintenance-wise kind of towards the facility.
I mean, over every single season, you find ways to get better. What works for you, what doesn't, and you just want to amp it up every single year. So you keep finding ways, kind of climb that staircase of success. Yeah, I would say I'm doing some things different, but nothing really in the grand scheme of things. Just putting my nose down behind.
Travis, I got to ask, as a veteran, and this is not on the field, but as a veteran on the team, do you like some of your teammates and some of the players around the league popping off about just playing 18 games, kind of like negotiating in public? In the media, Joe Burrow talking about, two bye weeks, Pro Bowl in the middle of the season, where they're just like kind of giving the owners things away. I know recently the NFL has talked about, going to 18 games, and that's something that the Players Association has talked about now, that they might be open to some negotiations. I mean, negotiating in public where you're not, talking about extended benefits more than 5 years past your retirement, and maybe some type of other benefits health-wise. And like, are you a fan of that, of your teammates and other players who just willy-nilly give it away?
I'm more a fan of the action of it. So you need to get the guys together, and that's why we have the PA. I think that's where we really make differences in the guys' lives now and after football. Sometimes saying a few things gets that awareness out, gets guys talking and things like that. So I'm really neither here nor there, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to a vote with the PA and the league, we need everybody voting on that stuff to really get things, going in our favor.
But you're the veteran. You're, of course, set for regardless of how a vote would initially take place. But what would you like to see since the last collective bargaining that players kind of focus on? Because this is going to come up. So I mean, what would you like to see them focus on?
Man, I would have to really sit down and think about that. I haven't really thought about much of that. Right now, I'm just happy that I'm in the NFL and I get to play.
I know.
There's a lot of new guys, even on this offense. I guess, the first week now being in pass, just what intrigues you most about what the group can do this year, and I guess what excites you most about the possibilities of the offense?
We just got new pieces. We got new chess pieces, guys that have different, traits. But we're just trying to blend that all together to make the best team possible, both on offense and defense, and obviously special teams. But it's the ultimate, grind session of working together. We have to be more together right now than kind of, well, I don't want to say during the season, but right now, this is where you really build that chemistry, the ability to, you know, lean on each other and fight for each other.
We'll let you know that's going well.
Say it again?
We'll let you know that that's going well.
Well, I think it's just it's set in stone. You know, Coach Reed puts this challenge in place, and he leads his guys, and the leaders that have been here know he wants that to be done. So it's really just, you know, you grind, you come to work every single day, and you go to practice with the right intentions. You slowly start to see the team get better and better every single week. So, I mean, the biggest thing is that we're gonna have to lock in from the jump. You know, I think we had the guys that were obviously we had the guys the entire time. We didn't really make too many moves to bring anybody along during the season. That being said, you know, we have the guys. I believe we have the guys in this room to get it done. We just got to take it week by week and keep that focus, keep that confidence, that focus, and that alertness to come to work every single day and be able to make those plays like we did later on in the season. His practice habits. Right away, he immediately became one of the leaders on the team on the offense, just by how he practiced and how he's coming to work, his attention to detail, and that's doing wonders for the wide receiver room, for everybody around. Seeing that guy wanted that bad every single day, I mean, it's only going to make you want to work harder. And then on top of that, he's still getting better. You know, he's getting better in this offense, so it's fun to see him grow in this offense as well.
Thanks, Travis. There was a viral video yesterday. You threw your gloves to the goal of the Taylor Swift offense. What was your end of that interaction?
I wish it was as true as the video made it seem.
Okay.
I kind of just threw it in the stands, but you know, sometimes fate, somebody just ends up landing a glove that they didn't know they were going to get.
Travis, that you brought a TV to Stanford for a time when I watched the Olympics. Are you a big Olympics guy? Any events?
I love it. I can watch it on my phone though. You got to get a YouTube TV.
Thanks.
Do you have a score from last night's game between K-State and Texas Tech that Patrick was playing on EA Sports?
No.
Let's go over
Travis, are you just as hard on yourself for a mistake or a bad?
I'm my biggest worst. I'm my biggest critic. I'm my worst critic. Nobody can tell me, you know, how bad I did on a play. I know it right as the play got over with. I know what I need to do better and everything. It's just you have to have that certain mentality of always finding ways to get better, even when you have success on it. You know, and that's just how I kind of went about it. I got that from Coach Reed, knowing that you can always do things better. You can always make somebody else's job easier on this field.
Last two. DJ for one food. DJ making here.
Travis, I know this is a question that's further down the line, but as someone who's going to be, you know, in the legacy of this franchise, you got a stadium, you want to keep saying it up there, or maybe talk about that at all?
I guess you know, Arrowhead's home for me in Missouri right now. You know, I've been there for the past 12 years, so I do feel like it's a part of my heart and everything playing in that stadium out there in Raytown. But you know, the fans want what the fans want. We play for them, so I think it's up to them and the head of the organization start running everybody. I know they'll do the best that they can to give everybody what they want, make the best decision for the organization.
Travis, obviously we saw you traveling around quite a bit this summer. Was there anything that you had to do to get prepared for this that was different than, say, year 6, year 7, based on just the obligations you're doing?
I would say for the biggest thing was getting my body right. You know, last year was pretty taxing on my body, and I mean, it is what it is. I've had more snaps than a lot of guys, if not everybody in the NFL, over the past 5-6 years. And, you know, I'm very fortunate. I'm very prideful of that. But I know it has taken a toll on my body. So it's just, you know, making sure that my body's getting that rest and that ability to, you know, train harder and be able to withstand an entire 17 to 20 game season.
Is that more like personal trainers or more, you know?
Well, it's the full gamut. I got guys all over the place. I have my personal PT. And then on top of that, I got the best in the world here in Kansas City.
You still work with Scasel?
Yes.
Last one.
Speaking of 18 game season, what are your thoughts in terms of where that could go and what would have to happen to make everyone out?
I know it's a 17 game season this year. I'm just trying to make it all the way to New Orleans, baby.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for last year on that part. I appreciate that. Thank you. Have a good one, guys.
Thanks, Trav. Leopold.
And Leo, how's the intensity so far after 2 days of bad practice? What's that intensity like going on? Yeah, it's been really good. You know, you see a lot of guys coming out here competing, having fun. You know, guys who haven't been here before kind of wake up to it. You know, we haven't had the hottest days. We have the hottest days ahead of us. And, you know, we're still struggling, you know, physically and putting ourselves in that position, you know, to succeed in the future.
You can do a lot of different things and see it's used in a lot of different ways. How do you expect maybe your role to expand now that really is no longer on the team?
You know, it's really anything they ask you to do. You know, I have certain strengths. You know, it's my game. You know, whether it's getting on the line, addressing blockers. So it's really just doing whatever Spag's asking me to do. You know, lining up the A gap on the edge, off the ball. You know, getting more and more comfortable with the things I didn't do in college, and you know, hopefully I get more time in the field and help the team out as best I can.
How much do you enjoy that joker position, just being able to do a lot of different stuff?
Yeah, no, it's really good. You know, I work with George, Chris, Coach Terry, all season. You know, some of the off season, working on D-line moves, and trying to put myself in that position and trying to be kind of like trying to look at like Mike Dana. You know, he's a dude that everyone like respects, his work ethic and what he can do. So I try to watch him a little bit. He's a great player, and it's an honor to be able to step in. And it's crazy. The most impressive thing is like the energy he brings. You know, whatever year it is, he's been in the league a while. You know, he's still dominating. He's still bringing the energy to OCAs. Like he's still out here doing everything at a top level, but also like bringing teammates up. You know, this latest group.
You say he brings the energy. What do you mean by that? What leads you to say that? What things have you seen?
You know, it's everything you guys see, man. Whether it's anytime he's getting on the field, he's pumping us up. Every time we're walking out on the field, let's go, boys, let's go. Every great play somebody makes a singular player, he'll call him out specifically, or go on the sideline after the play, like that's great, keep it going. He's so personable. At the same time, he's a great leader.
Do you remember your first interaction with him when you first got him?
First interaction.
On the practice field, maybe, or OTA, or whatever?
Yeah, it's kind of like the example I gave, like hey Leo, let's go, it's time to go. First walk. So much respect, so much encouragement throughout the Kelce.
Leo, you've been there 2 years, you won 2 Super Bowl titles. How have you been able to, with the new rookie class, kind of instill in them on what this team is looking for, and how has the linebacking core group, kind of brought them in along the way?
It's days like this, it gets a little hot, get the pads on, it feels a little longer. It's just the encouragement, just like we talked about with Travis. It's encouraging them, like, hey, this. Five, 10 plays ahead of us. That's when you got to dig down and grind. You kind of have to bring everybody together and let them understand, like, hey, this is what it's going to be like in a game. Like, we got to bring it in now.
You spent much time going through the Super Bowl, the big Super Bowl last year?
Not a whole lot. I just spent the off season trying to, throw time with family and stuff like that. Learn from the bad in the game and try to take from the good, but wasn't trying to rewatch it a ton.
What are your thoughts about the way you played specifically?
I thought I did well, getting on the ball, addressing, guards, stuff like that, and being aggressive, making tackles, and really like having that extra week in the Super Bowl. You really get to like focus in on, emphasizing like a punch, somebody carrying the ball, and you get to like visualize certain things that you wouldn't be able to in a normal game week, and have that extra time really help. So, try to bring it forward.
I'm interested in the jump you made from year 1 to year 2. Was that difficult? Was there a revelation in year 2 that you didn't have in year 1? Just thinking about others who were making the jump this year.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing special, nothing crazy. It's just knowing that I've been here before, knowing that I've been in the position, even going back to the Super Bowl. It's like, it's a Super Bowl. It's the biggest game you can have, but it's like realizing, hey, we got this. Let's, bring in the emotion a little bit. We've been here before. So just teaching the guys, like, hey, like, that's our goal. But just try to live in the moment, like, act like we've been here before, and just try to get on it.
We'll go 3 more. Nate, DJ, and Matt.
Guys that you use more in the postseason than in the regular season at sometimes. How much did that do from a confidence standpoint? And do you feel like that was sort of the first idea of what your role could be for this season, all the details, all the sort of obviously it's going to go to play.
Yeah, I mean, when you get thrown into the fire, and the biggest fire is the playoffs, most pressure, everybody's relying on you. That really builds somebody. Builds their confidence. It builds, the habits in games when you're feeling it most. So it's a great honor when Coach Spags asked me to step up, and like you said, it's like bringing it into the next season, kind of building on it. Because that's the best position you could be in. Get called upon. A lot of made of your run defense when you were coming in, and your pass coverage just progressed. Is that just more familiar, or was that just kind of just learning steadily as you go? Yeah, it's honing in on details and really listening to Coach's points. Is our Wisconsin defense, we're a top defense statistically. It's like, but we weren't asked to open up our heads and find routes visually with our eyes. It's a whole different defense, and you get time in the system and reps over and over and over again. They wouldn't get in college. You start to learn. No matter how bad you were before, it's like you got to get better no matter what. Like the game's going quick. So luckily I have progressed a little bit, and I want to continue to grow.
So, you obviously didn't get to play a ton with both Nick and Drew on the field together at the same time this year, and you're in the base together. What is it like when the three of you were out there? You get a different energy, is there different camaraderie, feel to it? Do you have an identity yet, like you did in college?
Yeah, I mean it's a great group, and we lost Willie. He was a great dude, great energy, great ball energy. It's just different, and we have a great group of guys here, playmakers across the board, and it's an honor playing against Nick, who's proved himself over and over again, continues to prove himself. And then Drew came in and just balled out right away, and I'm just trying to grow my game and be able to help them out as much as I can.
All right. Thanks, Will.
Appreciate the leadership.
Last night, when I was on, you said,